Happy to finally be here.
Thanks for coming.
Nice to see you.
Come on in. And meet Turkey Bird.
Turkey Bird.
Yeah.
Dare I ask how he got his name?
I don't know how Rachel named him Turkey Bird, but he's a little noisy, but and don't put your finger in the cage because he will bite you. Come on in. Let me show you guys around.
Old house, 1800s.
Yes.
This is, I mean, I've been in so many old houses in Litchfield County.
Yeah.
I've never been in a house like this. I mean, you feel transported. You know you're in Connecticut, and yet at the same time, it's deceptive because there's all these infusions of your travels and your textiles, and it's exotic in here.
Yeah, and it's funny because I don't, I never, before this house, I never had an old house. And just kind of starting to bring in everything from India and traveling and art. It was really fun kind of, messing around with, what is an old house. Working with scale to keep things tight because it's an old house, but then also just playing with color and, a lot of like Syrian furniture and Indian furniture. And
you're kind of pushing the house to be more than it's ever could be. And I love that.
You see a lot of like quaint Connecticut houses, and I think like I didn't really want to go there. I really sort of had all these textiles and I had all these, furniture that we were designing. So it was just kind of like a fun place to sort of experiment. Like the benches are like the tea rooms in Syria that have benches lining the whole thing. And so it was fun just kind of like collaging everything on top of everything and then still like sort of like trying to hold back, That's
people could learn a lot from you because there is not one rule that is followed in this house, but it's the lack of fear that is what makes this house kind of come into its own. So this is your dining room, and look, I love how you've draped fabric on the walls.
This is Abaca from the Philippines. People do wallpaper all the time in the dining rooms, and I was like, I don't really want to commit to anything. That, right. And then I just sort of staple gunned up all the different patterns.
That's a genius idea.
So then you can just take it down if you don't like it.
And you have more textiles draped against. I love these chairs, by the way.
I have too many textiles, so I just decided to make them sort of little throws on every chair.
Or almost like a little back cushion.
Yeah, and I love the cane chairs from India. These are kind of all over India, like in gardens everywhere. They have them.
I've never seen anything like this. I really like. And then
bookcases. I made those in India, and it was sort of that sort of Mughal arch design started, and I wanted to sort of build some sort of movable fixture that you could put in and out and not have a built-in bookcase.
Right, so smart, and it holds a lot of stuff in a small house.
Your records, your books.
Wait, Turkey Bird also has a perch here?
Turkey Bird's inside. That's his inside perch.
And of course he has like a fabulous
textile.
Turkey Bird is like the best birdcage cover in the world. Turkey Bird's got a good life. I have a feeling.
He's well taken care of. Turbans, I started making them for my sales ladies years ago as sort of a fun thing for them to wear at the trade shows. And they're like, it's like a pre-tied, like, you have a fakey tie when you go to, if you don't know how to tie your tie, you can buy fakies.
It's a faux
This is a fakey turban because nobody can tie them anymore.
With your textiles?
Yeah, with our extra textiles, and they look cute on everybody, and they're great hostess gift because she probably doesn't have one.
I have one already. I'm sorry.
Well, you're.
I love these, and I love how you have it all. And this is all your
different prints. Yeah. So every season we make whatever extra walls we have left over. We wind them into turbans. So it's kind of a fun instead of plates, And if they fall down, they don't break.
look at this headboard. Look what you've done on this whole, oh, there's a painting and textile and
headboard. Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, it doesn't
A
stop.
trifecta of amazing possibilities in a 1800s master bedroom. There's an expression that I heard you say about endlessly layering. Like, where are you now in the endlessly layering process?
Where
because I love it.
The funny part, my parents, come up every summer, and my dad was here last summer, and he's like, okay, I think you have enough stuff, and he's
Son,
like,
I need to talk to you.
Yeah, he's like, it's sort of in a serious manner, and I was like, well, Dad, I think actually there's a few more things I need. It is a small old house in Connecticut, but I think that's the fun part of it all, is that you can keep kind of playing around and moving it. It's like a puzzle in a way, and nothing, nothing has to stay. You can always that's a great thing about textiles. You can fold it up, put it away.
You're right.
Do something else.
John, so your studio, I love how this is right off the entryway. This is like
roll down here with coffee.
Roll down here with coffee. Is this kind of an experimental area where you're just kind of playing with different ideas
like different blocks. So these are all the wood blocks we have all these carved in India, and then after we're done using them for a season, I'll have them shipped to America, and then I'll actually mess around with the blocks more here and just try to figure out, okay, this was one print vertically, but then here I'll be like, oh, let's
there's maybe a new possibility.
Yeah, maybe we can make like a medallion out of it, or things that I used to do this. I do this when I'm in India, but it's 110 degrees, so I figured it would be nicer to mess around.
That's gorgeous.
And here, why don't you try it? It's fun. Here's another one, and just dip it into the.
This is like the textile version of a cooking show. Like all the ingredients are here.
And then just kind of get it like an ink pad sort of thing.
Okay.
And then when you put it, don't drip on there.
Sorry,
that's okay.
I'm sorry.
And then you
don't quit your day job.
You hit it right here, like that kind of sets the color, and there you go.
But it's obviously harder than it looks. I just thought it was a matter of pushing it down, but I did not do this very well. Let me just try again.
We'll have you practicing. You can do a few more yards of this, and we'll get you going. It's actually, and that's the fun thing here. This is just sort of a good way to like test the blocks. And if you put a lot of water in it, they come bleedy, and if you don't, they become tighter. So it's fun. You get to mess around. And then this is one with
it's so beautiful.
If you do lots of different colors on them.
Right.
It's kind of a fun, to mix the colors in the blocks.
But let's say you discovered a design just by happenstance that you loved here.
Yeah.
Would you then go to your New York office and say, you know what, guys, let's experiment with this and make a new textile out of it?
Let's send this to India, and all of a sudden it's like we're sort of recycling the blocks again in a different way.
In a different way.
Yeah.